Hello, my name is Bill Haley, and this is for Haley2024 the Movement's Government Reform Ideas. Now, this video is going to be on the rating system and specifically about charitable distribution associations. And this is going to go down to the weeds a little bit. So if this is your first video, you're going to get an overview of a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep this under 5 minutes and keep this to be on topic. But let's go over the charity system. You got the charities itself, the funding mechanism for the charities, the CDAs, the charity assessor organizations, the caseworkers, and they're going to be directing their the people they manage. The family law and the religion, they're not technically in the charity system, but because they're the first line of defense in helping the poor, they're in this slide. Now, this is a complete CRA structure. You got the CRA side over here and the rating system over here. And that's going to be highly important to understand. And right now we're talking about the rating system and the rating agencies. And you got, if you want to pause and read this, I'm not going to go through all this. There's full videos out on this. If you want to look at those on my website or all my social media, but on my website, it's laid out the best. You got the rating system and the parent rating system. You got the full 30 sectors here, and we're going to go back to the full CRA structure here. Let's just talk about the CDAs. Everybody will be mandated, instead of government taxes, instead of taxes to help welfare, we get rid of all that. We switch to a mandate to contribute to charities. And you do that to a charitable distribution association, which is they don't help the poor directly, they fund charities. So it's a middleman, but it's an extremely important middleman. Everybody pays or picks a CDA that they agree with within their charitable philosophy. So one might be more conservative, one might be more liberal, one might be more libertarian, one might be religious-based to whatever denomination, religious-based. So there's a lot of different ways to help the poor, a lot of charitable philosophy. So every CDA will have that philosophy and will direct their funds based off that charitable philosophy. And will hire on the caseworkers to match their charitable philosophy. So what's the rating system going to do? Who is utilizing their money the most effective? It's going to give high quality information from a wide variety of perspectives. So you have 12 different rating agencies at the local level, the federal level, at the state level, and you're a member of one of each. And your membership gives your rating agency a little bit more power, a little bit more money, more influence at the rating system, more oomph when it comes to societal say, because 6% versus 7% versus 8% rating agencies. If a rating agency can say I have 14% membership, another one says 6%, that 14% has more say. Anyway, so and more money to deal with. But everybody's going to rate differently. How is that money being distributed? So first of all, a CDA is going to make sure all the different areas are covered, whether it's medical, homelessness, taking care of shelter, taking care of education, taking care of cash needs, taking care of whatever the needs are. How is that going to do that? Mental health and the whole 9 yards. Who's giving money to properly across the whole board? So every rating agency is going to rate every CDA, which are the competitive governance that people contribute their money to, who's using that money the best. And that's where what the rating agencies for this one's going to do. Who's distributing it the best, who's getting the best ratings. So instead of having the CRAs, competitive governance, just saying we're doing the best, we're going to have outside groups, 12 of them, rating each of the CDAs. And that's going to be so important. It's also going to be able to take care of corruption. Rating agencies, and especially this one because it's dealing with so much money, we're looking at about $1 trillion, 5% of GDP, but it's very split up. I mean, we're talking split up, 40% goes to the local level, 40% at the state level, 20% at the federal level. So you have a tremendous, and 12 CDAs for every locality, roughly 12. You get 5% and you get out of a CDA. You max out at 15%, then you have to split. Anyway, So you're talking about a tremendous amount of organizations, and every one of those needs to be rated and looked at. And because they're dealing with so much money, the rating agency is going to have the official government authority to look deep into the books, not just surface level, but they're going to be able to get deep down into the books. They're looking for fraud, favoritism. They're looking at self-dealings and the like. Because we're going into a mandated, and there's reasons why we go mandated. Don't get caught up on that right now. Look at my write-ups on that. We go to a mandated contribution to charities, and that welcomes fraud, no doubt about it. And the rating system's there to capture and control that to a tremendous amount. And nobody wants to give one that is corrupt. So just because people can choose which CDA they have to give, but they get to choose which CDA to give to. So that's going to be highly important to understand. So they deal with fraud, abuse, and corruption, and they rate based off what they want to rate on. Now, there'll be some standards made by this rating system, but every rating agency is going to have a wide latitude on how they rate. But they're going to have to have it structured in such a way that everybody can read it properly. So you have the same structure from every rating agency. So it's good, high quality information that can be well understood. The wide autonomy on how to rate, but within a structure. Anyway, until the next video.